Yeah. Holy, 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 holy.
Guys, welcome to my channel. Happy new week, and thank you very much for your support. Today I'll be using a crepe fabric to make a one shoulder top, and I'll be attaching a strip to the top also. So this is my fabric. This is called a crepe fabric. The measurement I need today is my shoulder measurement, which is 14, my bust measurement, which is 43.5. I'll not be needing my waist because I want the top to be a bit free, it will not be zip. Then my hips measurement, I'll be using 43.5 as well. Then the length of the top, I want it to be 22. For my bust, I added like 2 inches. I'll not be attaching zip to it, so I need it to be a bit free, so I could just fix it in, just wear it. Then for the sleeve, my round sleeve is 14.5. Then the length of the sleeve I want is 21. So I went ahead to, I fold my fabric into 2. This is the back also folded into 2. So this is the front panel and this is the back panel. So I place it together. Remember, there is no zip allowance, so you place them together like it's going to touch each other. The length of my top, like I said, is 22. Then I'll be using 1 inch for seam allowance. This point I marked here is my bust point. This is where I'll measure my bust. This is where I'll measure my waist. This is where I'll measure my hips. So I'll be using my hips measurement for my waist because I want it a bit free. So the first thing I'll do is to measure my shoulder from the middle point, which I said my shoulder is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Then plus ½ inch sewing allowance. Then this is my bust point. This is where I'll measure my bust. I'll divide 43.5 by 4, and I will get almost 11. And I'll be giving 1.5 inch sewing allowance. It depends on what you want. You could give 1, you could give 1.5, but me, I'm giving 1.5 for my own. Then I said I'll be using my hips measurement too for also my waist. I'll also be adding 1.5 inch sewing allowance. Then for my hips, which I said is 43.5 as well, you divide it by 4, you get almost 11, and you give 1.5 sewing allowance. Remember, I said for my bust I added like 2 inches, so it depends on what you want to add based on how full you want it to be. So I'm done measuring the circumference part of my body. The next thing I'll do is to measure my neckline, which I want to use 4 inches. 4 inches because I'm not going to add zip, so I need the neck to be a bit wider. Then I give my 1 inch shoulder slant. Then I measure from the shoulder slant, I measure 8 inches, or you could use 8 inches for my armhole length. Just to so you could see it. So I'm done drawing the line for my armhole. Then for my neck, I just trace out my shoulder slant and meet the line that I give my shoulder slant. Then the next thing I'll do is to use 1 inch for my neck. Then you just curve. So after doing that, I just trace out my measurements. So I used the same measurement for all my circumference of the body. Folding your fabric before starting to cut. I've advised that in my other videos. Make sure before you measure, you check if the folded fabric will accommodate your biggest measurement, which is your hips, before folding. If it is much, you reduce it so that you don't waste your fabric, or you don't have to start all over and start refolding. So now for my armhole, I used 8. I'll get the half point, which is 4. Then I'll remove 3/4. So the only thing I'm going to be cutting out first is the circumference part of my body. Remember I said it's a 1 shoulder top. I'll go ahead and cut out this part I've traced out. Remember, I'm not cutting my original measurement, I'm cutting from the allowance. Here to open up my fabric. Can you see? I opened it up. So this is one, this is the front part, this is my back panel, this is my armhole that I measured, this is my shoulder slant. So it's only going to be having 1 shoulder, which is this part. So I'm going to be cutting it. I'm going to be cutting off this part. So I want my 1 shoulder to be 9 inches. That's before my bust point. Could make it 9, could make it 8. I'm going to be using 9. So I'll use my ruler to trace it from where I started my neck, which is this part. I'll trace it down to this part. Can you see? My line from this part to the point I wanted to reach. I measured 9 inches from my shoulder to 9 inches. So what I do is just to cut off this part. My shoulder slant. Cutting off my armhole. It's only one part. I'll have shoulder and also armhole. Can you see? This is how to cut an armhole top. So I'm done with cutting. A 1-inch kind of a bias. So I'm going to use it to turn the neck. I'm not putting any lining on this. So I'm going to join it from here, from my shoulder. Remember, this one that is facing me is the wrong side. This fabric is right side, but this bias, the wrong side, will be facing me. Now place it all around. I'll sew it and get to this point. After sewing it, I will now turn it and I'll sew it inside. Do you understand? That's how I'm doing for the two sides. This is my bias to turn this, and this is how it should look like. I told you I want to be attaching a strip to my own one shoulder top. I want to make it look more beautiful. So I'm going to use a fabric of 6.5 inches. Then what I will do is to measure the length of my one shoulder top from one end to another. So I'm going to measure from this part down to somewhere around before my initial measurement, because I'm going to be tying it as one the other arm. So I'm going to measure it to like 19 inches. So I'll make sure that the fabric I cut out is more than 19, so that I could actually use the remaining to tie the knot. So I still do that. As in, this is 6.5, and I'll fold it into two like this. Okay, so I'll fold it into two, then I will sew this part like this. I'll sew like this, and then I will sew straight down to the length, and I'll also be sewing this part. Now I'll show you how to turn it to the front. So this is the wrong side I folded into two, so I'm sewing from the wrong side, this part, then I'll sew straight down, and then I'll sew this part. So remember, I have front and back, so I'll be sewing the two to join like I said. Then I use my blade and I just loosen a bit of what I've sewn round. Now I'll use my scissors to turn it out. So bring it out from that part usually. Take your scissors as well, and then turn the other side also. Then you just take it to your machine. This part is already loose. You just sew it up. And then I'm done joining this band. I'll just place it for my shoulder slant. But you have to iron it though. You place it. So you're going to sew it. Can you see, this is my front part. This is the wrong side. So I place my fabric at the wrong side, and then I'll sew it down to some inches before my actual measurement. So you could just sew it and stop at maybe 3.5 inches. From this side, you measure at 3.5 inches. So you're going to sew it and stop here. You do the same thing too with the other fabric at the back panel. So that's what I'll be doing now. I'll show you. I had to join my band to my fabric. So what I did was that I now had to sew this side just a little so that it could relax. Then after doing that, can you see, I left 3.5 inches. I'm going to tie it to my sleeve, to my round sleeve. Yes. So after doing that, I will join my shoulders. I'll make sure that this part is touching up here. Now the same thing, likewise here, and I will join them together. Join them together before putting my sleeve. My shoulder slant. The next thing I did was to cut out my sleeve. My sleeve is just one because I'm only attaching one, and I notch my middle point. I want my sleeve to also have a band, so I attached a 2-inch band. I joined it to my sleeve because I want the down part to have a band. So what I will do is to join my sleeve. This is the wrong side. This is the wrong side. I'll place it at the right side. I'll join the shoulder to shoulder slant, and then I'll sew it all through down part with 1/2 inch. Done joining my sleeve. So what I will do is I'm going to be sewing at 1 inch. From each ending I'll be removing 1 inch. So I'll sew 1 inch all through down to the length of this my fabric. 1 inch from here, meaning that, can you see, 1 inch all through to the down part. The same thing I'll be doing 1 inch here. This other part, so I'll be removing 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch down to this top part. That's how I'm going to be sewing now, showing you, joining the both sides. The last thing to do is just to fold. Can you see I've gone ahead to weave mine? If you don't weave your own, you fold twice. Remember, I'm using 1 inch to fold, but because I've gone ahead to weave mine, I'll just fold once with 1 inch. So this is the last one we'll be doing. So guys, this is the finished look of one shoulder top. Can you see how beautiful it's looking like? I'm done folding. I'm done doing everything. So guys, if my video has been helpful, give your girl a thumbs up by liking, you share my video, and then you subscribe. Don't forget to tune in for my next video. Bye.